top of my screen, custom live streaming service. Does that? And then this
Yeah,
meeting is
so we
being
should,
recorded and live streamed. It says
yeah,
that.
so we should be live. I'm thinking though, remember, like maybe I have a thing with you, Linda. Remember when I hit
I
record
do.
and then there was another button? Well, I honestly think I did not actually finish clicking it. And so this whole time they've been chatting and it's just Kyle and Icy. It hasn't been live. Oh my gosh. So I don't know that they could hear anything we were saying.
Oh
So
dear. Oh.
sorry, Linda. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I think oh yeah, so now they're chiming in. So Kyle and Icy, funny story. I thought I hit the live button. So for 22 minutes, Linda and I have been talking like we're live. And I've been asking you guys, like, do you guys have any thoughts on this? And and you haven't because we weren't live because
Oh dear.
Renee did not push the button. So Kyle is saying hi to you. And I don't know if Icy already left because he's probably like, what's she doing? She's not live. So Kyle says he struggles with motivation at times when work is busy. I spend a lot of time on my computer for work, so YouTube can feel like a part-time job, especially with the video editing part. So Linda, I'm so sorry to ask you to repeat everything you said, but
I'll
can
probably
you?
forget what I said,
All right,
but
so I think what I said to you is I noticed that you stepped away
mhm.
and you kind
Okay.
of talked about why and how that happened.
Yeah. And I think well, it was never deliberate. I always had the intention, and I guess I was doing at least one long form video a week, sometimes two. So I had the next topic in mind. I had the intention, but for whatever reason, it didn't happen. And it still hasn't happened. And it was never deliberate. It was always, oh, yeah, I should get to that. I should get to that. And I didn't. And I didn't. And I didn't. And the truth is, the longer you don't, the harder it is to do it. But I've still, I know what my next topic is. I've written the script, you know, but I've not even tried to record it. I've not, oh, I'll have to turn that. Sorry.
Nope, no
I've not,
worries.
I've not even tried to record. I've not done anything anymore about it.
Well,
So,
and what I'd like you to share again, and I'll remind you, was we had this whole conversation about time, if you remember. And I don't want to recreate your words, but you talked about how it was all time consuming.
yes, yes. Hang on, I'm just sending a text.
No problem.
So I've not ignored him completely. Um, yes, all time, yes, and I said that several times, time consuming. I had found I was putting a lot of time into making the videos. I did not realize how much time was involved in making just just an 8-minute video or a 12-minute video. There's a lot of work involved. There's a lot of work from start to finish in writing a script, practicing a script. You want to be able to be natural in the way you speak, and so I would record it again and again and again, trying to get it the way I wanted it to sound. And then the editing that came afterwards. And that was a new skill for me. I'm completely computer literate, but
Mhm.
I had never really done any editing before. And the basis of it is not that hard, but there were things that I wanted to do that took me ages and ages to figure out how to do them, how to put words going across the screen or whatever, you know. And so there was a lot of time
Mhm.
involved in, and I enjoyed it initially. I loved it. I was so excited about doing it, but when, over time, you're either not improving, or the numbers are not changing. You kind of, every time you made a video, think, well, this one will get more views, this one will get more views, or this one will get more comments, and they never did. There were, as I had said, there were a couple. I've had two videos, one that went to a little over 100 and one that went to over 200, and they're long form videos. But the majority range between maybe 10 and 50, a lot on the 10 to 20 side. And I did do a lot of shorts as well, and I don't think I'd mentioned that before. And the shorts, I've done quite well on the shorts. I did my last one. I think I got about 2,000 views on it, and I get a lot of views. Still don't get any comments, so it was kind of a dopamine hit to get those
views,
get
right?
those views. But shorts and long form are basically two different products. I know I missed the video that you did on shorts, and I did have a lot to say about that, but I forgot.
That's okay.
But they're two different products, and I found on some shorts I got a lot of people subscribing, but they're not subscribing for the long form video, and they're probably, shorts are short for a reason. They scroll up and a minute and a half and they're gone, and people have subscribed and they've forgotten that they ever subscribed to it because they've forgotten, because they're shorts, right?
Well, it's possible. And so I just want to shout out, Kyle is saying that he agrees with you. There's so much to learn on YouTube. And then he's also saying that he thinks about your 2-minute rule. So I don't remember what that is, Kyle. So
that was my procrastination rule.
Oh, okay.
Do something for 2 minutes.
Okay.
If you're procrastinating on it. Yes. And I do that, and it works.
And it works. So there you go. So maybe you do that for getting your videos going again. Right.
Yes.
So for anyone who doesn't know Linda Icy, and anyone else who might join in the chat, this is Linda from I'm Not Done Yet. And she was the catalyst that helped me pull out of my depths of nobody cares, nobody's coming. And it was because I found her channel and watched her content and left her a comment, and we became friends. So it was, and it really helped me in a moment where I needed it, to not feel so alone. And so we're talking about the topic of motivation and staying motivated, and maybe the things that come up that make it easy for us to step away, want to step away. And I think the thing I want to say, thanks Icy for all those purple hearts. The thing I would want to say is, don't judge your own success, or don't even judge where you're at based on somebody else. I know that that's a slippery slope. So when I watch Cheddar, I'm thinking oh my gosh, why can't I be like Cheddar? Why can't I throw in a hat and just be fun and cool? He's got it made. Or when I watched your videos, Linda, I'd be oh, you've got these just wisdom rules and things, your procrastination videos. And it always looks, I think, when I'm watching everyone else, I don't know if you got any of you small creators feel this way, but I always feel when I watch anyone else, literally anyone else, that it looks easier than what I feel I'm going through. So Icy, when I look at your channel and I see oh my gosh, that's such a great ice cream poll, and that's such a great comment and post there, and the video, I feel oh, maybe I should be doing something like that, because I don't feel mine is good. And I know that that's crazy, and I know that that's made up. And I think maybe I'm not the only one who does that. We look at each other's channels, and there's some kind of thought in the back of our brain, our mind is saying, see, look, Cheddar, Kyle's figured it all out. He can throw on his costume and go to a ball game and everyone's talking to him and he gets on TV. So Linda, if you don't know, he got on the TV at the baseball game.
Oh,
because of his costume.
oh,
So
good.
what do you guys think about like kind of that idea? Have you ever found yourself, Linda, like looking at other people's channels and feeling like, oh, their idea is so much better than mine, and kind
Yeah,
of like,
I do. I think about the ideas, and I watch. Obviously, I think that's how we learn is to watch other YouTube channels in the same area. But I always think that they're so much more natural at doing this than I am. They seem to the words seem to roll right off the tongue, and it doesn't feel as though it does that for me. But it probably does. It just doesn't feel like it when I always feel that I'm not, yeah, I've said it already, not natural enough when I look at myself. And you really can't criticize and or critique yourself because it's you,
yeah, it's
right?
bad. Like, so Cheddar
It's hard to
Time.
do it. But when I do look at other people and some of the people that are in the age range that I'm in, and they're doing really well. There's a couple of people in their 70s, and they're not doing all the editing, and they're very natural. They're just really natural, and that's what I want to be like. I want to be really natural. I just don't think
Well,
that I am.
so Cheddar jumped in and he said that that's funny, Renee, because I think my videos are bad compared to yours because your editing is amazing. And I really need to stop comparing. And then Icy said most definitely. And I think I wanted to bring that out or bring that concept out is I think we naturally do this. And unfortunately, it's like we can't and we shouldn't compare where we're at with somebody else because they're not at the same point.
Mhm.
And I know for my channel, that's kind of like my thing now is, so Linda, you haven't probably visited it in a while, which is fine. I don't expect everyone to visit it all the time. It's just knowing I have friends out there and when they do drop in, they're like, wow, that's really good. That's, that's enough for me. It's like, I'm not hinging that like everyone's dropping, hanging at the bit for every word. And I would hope that they don't think the same
Yeah.
about me, right? But I've noticed that I totally lost my train of thought here, but I think what I was talking about was like that comparison. Oh, it's like that's what I want to show. Like, so Linda, I've recently started releasing some of my older video stuff because I was videoing myself from the very beginning. And I think you can naturally people will start to see like the progression because when I first was videoing myself, I'm like literally talking about nothing. It is terrible. It's really bad, but I knew deep down in my core that eventually someone's going to ask me, Renee, how did you get to 100,000 subscribers? Because that is my goal. I am an ambitious person, I know, but it doesn't mean I'll be monetized and it doesn't mean I'll be making a lot of money. That's the reality there.
Mm-hmm.
It just means that that's the goal I set because I want one of those really cool plaques. But I digress. I know I'm crazy. But my point being, I started documenting myself, like the choices I would make each day. Sometimes it was nothing. I would get in front of the camera and say, wow, I wasted the whole day like trying to come up with a title. And you'll hear me saying I wasted the whole day. But then now I look 150 days later and it's like, well, if I didn't spend those days wasting the day trying to figure out a title, then I wouldn't be better at figuring out titles or I wouldn't be right. And so I think I've managed to capture a lot of like, no, compare yourself to, if you're just getting started, go watch Renee day 1. If you're like a month into this, go watch Renee day 30 because, it's not what we see when we're watching someone's like final output.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right.
Like,
Right.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah. And so but now, like you and I were talking about the editing before we were live, on how much time and effort and work goes into the editing.
Yes.
And I have found I love to edit, but I don't. And meaning to get to the skill, I think I'd be like so happy to have a job as like an editor, to be honest with you, because I do love it. But I also realize like how bad I am. So Kyle, you think my editing's good. Well, I recently started shopping for an editor just to see, like, I don't want to be like overly edited, but I have so much footage and I can't edit it fast enough to where I'm happy with the story. And so I thought, well, maybe it's worth me looking into that. And then I'm looking at their samples and I'm like, oh my gosh, I stink. I'm so
Yeah.
bad. And they
Yeah.
must like look at like my
I'm
channel.
Yeah, I'm not agreeing with you, Renee, that you are so bad, but I know what you're saying because, yeah, that's how I feel. That,
Yeah.
yeah,
You just
yeah,
look at somebody who's further along than
yeah.
you, and then you
And that's
instantly,
what I mean. They've got, the words popping in, and I don't, I've seen people who make a circle of themselves and have a whole different picture on the back. I have no clue how you do that. And it's time consuming to find out and figure it out. So yeah.
right. So Icy told us that they started their channel 352 days ago. Well, how many days are in a year? 365. So you're
Yeah.
not quite at the year mark. So make sure, Icy, when you hit the year mark, like I did, like you do a little celebration for your channel, even if it's not where you think you wanted it to be. And Cheddar says the skill ceiling is high. So yeah, it is so high because there's so many things to learn on YouTube. There's
Yeah.
so many things that I don't know. I feel like it's a never ending rabbit hole.
Right.
It's like, oh, you want to learn how to Peter was teaching me how to use a different program so that the chat would actually pop up on the screen, which is really cool. But he gave me like a 5-minute tutorial yesterday, and I didn't have enough time to implement that for today. Right. And so that's that continual progression of like learning things. So to keep it on topic of motivation, I find that learning is what's motivating me, but also not getting stuck behind the learning. So like if I didn't do this live because I know there's a better way to do it based on what Peter's showing me, then I failed because I need to keep going while learning. Does that make sense? So I'm going to say I failed. I'm not going to say any of you fail. Icy said that's a wonderful idea. And thanks, July 15th, I believe. So that's for his birthday. So, but see, I have to keep stopping to read these comments. And so there is actually a better way. And
Right.
and it's through networking and finding people and saying hello to people that we learned.
Yes.
So I guess for anyone who might watch this later, that would be my takeaway, is to call it a win if you learn something new, but not worry about how bad you feel your video is in the moment. I think that's my advice. So before you speak, Linda, yes, I know what you mean. I want to think about using different editing software or using different AI, but it takes time to learn, and it's all a balancing act.
Yeah.
So, and for you and your thoughts on, so we know you kind of stepped away, and we know you're continually thinking about your topic. Do you want to share it? Like, or you don't want to share it?
It's basically just a topic of how to spend less money in retirement, when you're on pensions and this kind of thing. And it's just simple tips on saving money on food. Don't buy prepared food, prepare it yourself. it's better for you and it costs you a lot less money. That kind of thing, just simple ways to save a little bit of money, and not necessarily because you're broke, because you might want to spend your money in other places, which is something that I'm going to be doing in a few days' time when I take the train across Canada. And I can only do those kind of things because I don't frivolously waste money on things that you don't need to spend money on.
Awesome. So Linda, Echo just joined the chat, and I just want to introduce you to Echo. So Echo, welcome to the chat. And this is Linda from I'm Not Done Yet. And she's a very good friend of mine, one of my first crows in the crow's nest. And we are having a discussion on motivation. So Echo, if you have anything to contribute, anything that you've been struggling with on staying motivated or things like that, that will help us. And so Linda was just sharing, like, she's taken a step back and she is talking about the topic that she wants to come back with. And I'm here to encourage her to do it. So, and I'm trying to think of where my train of thought was before. I just wanted to, I'm sorry if my lives are crazy, guys, but I've joined a lot of lives and I always feel like the kid in the lunchroom. I don't know, you guys know that feeling, right? Like you jump in and everyone already knows everyone else, and the person doing the live doesn't stop to, I don't know, just make anyone jumping on feel like, hey, you're part of this conversation, let you know where things are at. So if you're in the conversations, guys, and people jump in, try to make sure to say hi to them, especially if you don't know them. I think it's even more important because I've been actively just jumping into lives to kind of get a groove for what it feels like on the other side so that it would help me do better lives. And I kind of made the commitment that everyone needs to feel welcome and not like just hanging out there. So sorry if I took a little too much time on that. But so Echo is, Linda, for your benefit, Echo has a channel and she does, or he, but I'm pretty sure it's a she because of her pictures, does sorry, brain fart. It music, started with music, but then has started bringing out the stories more. And because I'm a fantasy lover, I loved the channel and we've just had a lot of fun. And she made like the best comment to my like total highlight of my day yesterday was a comment from Echo. So Echo is saying, hello, Linda. I'll have to catch up with the first bit on the replay. I was figuring out how to set up a collab because it's new, but please keep going with your motivation stuff. Yeah, collabs are so much fun, Echo. So if you need help, I did my first one and yeah, I loved it. So definitely worth doing. And yeah, so that's what she said, ha 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 ha, fantasy storytelling through music. That's Echo. So, and that's what we were just exploring and talking about was staying motivated through having friends and people on the internet that you can reach out to. I would say the more you reach out, the more people reciprocate. So you can't expect people to just come on your channel and support you, and you never get around to them. And even that, Linda, is a balance because, you know, when I met you, I was at like, I think 70 something subscribers or not even. And I'm at 200. I just hit my 200.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
wow.
So,
good for you.
And I am starting to get to that point where I feel overwhelmed because every single subscriber to me is so important. But I noticed when I did a celebration live yesterday and did the math, and I said, if I just gave everybody 1 minute and did a 1 minute shout out for everybody in my crow's nest, I'd be on there for 3 hours.
Oh.
So if you do the math, and it's not physically possible for me to get on everybody's channel every day. Right. And vice versa. I don't expect them to get on my channel every day. So I totally expect that. And that's why I love when I haven't heard or seen from somebody in a while and then they jump on and they're like, hey, and then that reminds me, gosh, I got to go visit their channel.
Yeah.
And so I kind of spread the love based on the love coming in. And always I make a list of 3 people that even if they haven't visited me in a while, I got to go find them, which is why I reached out to you, Linda. You were on my list.
Thank you.
So, and I just think it's an important topic, this idea of motivation, this idea of community, this idea of, you know, being together, because Kyle, I don't know if you realize, but Incandescent Voltage, Linda, did you know her? Incandescent Voltage,
No.
Tiffany. Well, her
Oh,
channel,
yes. Stop.
and
Stop.
she talked
Stop.
a lot. She had an awesome like fantasy angle towards like curving cravings and overeating
Oh.
and this kind of thing. And I loved her channel. Like I absolutely loved it. And it's gone. Like she's gone.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, Kyle, not only is she not posted in a while, I mean her channel is like
Channel is gone.
scrubbed. And
Oh.
I was so sad. So it is 6:47 and I don't have any per se time limit. I like to cap it at no more than 1 hour.
Right.
So, and Linda's very busy. She's getting ready for a trip across Canada. Yes, Kyle, she's gone. Like her channel's gone. And that's, I got to get back to making my crow's nest cards, because the only way I know this is because I made a crow's nest card. I have a link to channels. Because I put
Right.
the link. And so I clicked the link and it's
And it
gone.
was
Like
gone.
her channel's gone.
Wow.
Carol Ann is the other one that disappeared. Carol Ann Shaw. She was the
Oh,
one who, yeah, Carol's gone.
because
Like
she commented on mine. Yeah.
yeah, no, but if you try to go back and find her comment, it will be gone. And if you tried to find her channel, it's gone.
Oh, my.
Yeah. So and I don't judge that. I mourn it. Like literally I mourn
Yeah. Oh,
not
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
seeing Carol Ann, and I mourn Tiffany not being on doing her material. And hey, life happens. So
Yeah.
zero judgment, zero judgment. It's
Yeah.
just I miss them. And
Yes.
so
Yes. Wow. That's it.
hopefully it wasn't just the YouTube algorithm, right? That's the one part I hope it just wasn't that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would maybe circle back to what we talked about, Linda, about how people are, you know, we put in so much time and effort and we might not feel like we're getting back the reward. And that's where I think inherently our minds and our bodies know our value. And so this whole small YouTube creator thing becomes difficult because we know that we're more valuable than what we feel like we're getting for results in the early stages of trying to grow a community or
That's
trying to
right.
share our message,
Yeah.
right? And so then that's where the brain starts saying, well, hey, you know, you're more valuable than this. And you just spent 15 hours editing a video and you got 5 views. So what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
so did you have any thoughts for people that might watch this on the replay? I'm getting ready to wrap it up for the sake of
I
anyone.
don't think so. I think just don't give up. I've not given up. You know, I am taking a break and I will probably continue to take the break through the month. I'm not going to be at home. I'm going to have everything with me, but I'm probably not going to come back. I'm going to take this month, think about various things and also think about my channel. I'm probably going to do some videoing while I'm on the train. It's supposed to be quite the experience. And that's something that has interested me, is that I sort of put in the search train trips, and now all of a sudden I'm getting all sorts of videos about train trips. So I just sort of in my head, I think, well, how does that work? You know, all of a sudden you're getting all these videos about train trips. And, you know, my titles are quite good, but clearly nobody's searching that title. But you're searching, taking the Canadian across Canada, people are searching for that. And
Mhm.
now when I look at my feed down the side, it's all about train trips.
Train
So
trips.
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
That's
Dino. So we just had Dino just jumped into, and then Echo is saying, "Don't give up" is a huge one. I would add, "Go at the speed that you can go. Don't burn yourself out. Take care of yourself. Hard to stay motivated with both ends of the candle burning."
mhm,
And
mhm.
yeah, thanks, Echo, and hi, Dino. Welcome. This is Linda from I'm Not Done Yet, and we're just getting ready to wrap up our conversation. And I had a thought as you were talking about, oh, the feed, right? And how does that work? So, I mean, I don't even want to digress onto that. Maybe that'll be
No,
next week's
yeah,
topic, will
yeah.
be searchability and title
Yeah,
searches.
because
Um,
that's really interesting. I think that it may because I don't honestly understand all the algorithm stuff. So that
mhm.
I think that would be a great topic, you
Yeah,
know.
I don't think anyone does, honestly.
No, no.
I have theories, and I kind of go out and throw everything at
And
it
it
and then
makes
come
no
back.
difference, right?
Right. And so and I think in the way of motivation, that has been the biggest game changer for me, is trying something new, not worrying about like how bad I am at it, and not worrying about like ruining my channel. I think for far too long, I was worried about ruining my channel. Icy's saying he wants to tell, or they want to tell you lately, I haven't felt like posting and kind of quitting, but you and your crow's nest keep me going. There's something about you and your comments that's still coming. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad
Yeah.
I can help you, Icy, through the quitting part. Because the reality is, I think we've all been there. If we are honest with ourselves, I think we've all been there on like, why am I doing this? And
Mhm.
I think that's what changed for me, guys. I took that mini break and didn't mean to. I was gone for like a week, and everyone's like, "Hey, where are you at?" And I was like, "I just went on vacation, but now I don't really feel like posting because I know how much work there was in making one video." And I just made priorities and broke it down even smaller. So,
Mhm.
Linda, my advice to you, and give it a shot, and then maybe we could talk when you get back from vacation.
Okay.
But you already know you're not going to be editing and making videos because it's too much work. But jump on YouTube and come to the Crow's Nest, find some of the crows that are active, go to their channels and just jump in and say
Yeah.
hi and
That
make
is an
friends. Make
excellent idea.
friends with the
Yes.
crows while
Yeah.
you're on your vacation. And
Yes.
then when you're ready to post that video, you kind of announce it. You put it on in my community. You can put it in Kyle's and in Icy's, and kind of saying, "Hey guys, I'm finally making that video. Can you show me some support?" And they will come.
Yeah.
They absolutely will
Yeah.
come. That's
I
what I
believe
find.
that.
So
Yeah.
that's my advice to you. And I think
I
that's
love
a
it.
small
Love
way to
it.
stay
Yeah.
motivated.
Yes.
And Dino says, "I'll never give up from my horrible channel." Well, Dino, we need to change those words. I've been correcting Linda's words all evening when she
Yes.
said past tense. And so you don't have a horrible channel. You are in a growth phase, and you'll continue to grow by staying active and showing up and saying hi to people so that we
Yeah.
know to come check your channel out. So Dino, Linda, write this down. You got a
Hang
pen?
on. Hang on. I do. I've always got a pen.
I always have pens too. I write everything down. I think they were laughing at me, or maybe not, but I did a thank you Moni kind of live yesterday, and I was showing, I take notes on everybody, like
Mhm.
on everybody all the time. So it's at Dino, Dino Sapo 35.
Was
So
that
Lynn, I'm
F A
yeah,
P A?
yeah, the at symbol is just so you can find
At
that's their
at
handle.
Dino FAP.
Sapo. S is in Sam.
Oh,
APO. At
FAPO.
DINO SAPO 35.
Okay, got it.
I'll send it to your email too. But
Perfect.
so I'm putting her on task, Dino. You don't have a horrible channel. So Linda, watch one of his videos and tell him something amazing that you
I will
see in
do
his
that.
work. How's
I
that?
will do that.
And crows, that's how we do it. Or at least that's how I want the crows to do it. Thank you, Kyle and Echo, for immediately when people jumped in, you're saying hi to them as I requested. That is so important to me. Like you have no idea. Like no lunchroom vibe here. I want everyone to feel like they have friends. And only a few channels with all notifications, and you're definitely one. Well, thank you. But really, I can't stress it is about you guys. Like you guys keep me going, and I have so much fun. So Icy, when you're ready to be on with me, send me an email. If you go to my bio and there's the button that says like get email and you click it, you can get my email, send me an email. I am available to have fun with anyone who wants to have fun on YouTube.
Wow.
So there you
go.
go. So 6:57, we at the hour mark, guys. Thank you for showing up. Sorry, Dino, that you'll have to go back and watch the replay for the rest of it. But Linda's going to check you out. And it might not be right away because she is traveling, but
This is right.
she will
But I
do
will
it.
do. I've got it written down.
I know she will. And thank you, Linda, for coming on.
You're
And
very
just,
welcome. I enjoyed it.
I love you
And
so
this
much.
is motivating. This is motivating doing this. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I hope
it is.
so because
Yes.
you can't quit. You pulled me
Okay.
out of the depths, so I am not going to allow you to quit.
Okay.
You just need to tell us when you're ready to come back. When you come back, tell us what your goals are. Like have a goal with it, whatever it is. Maybe it's like, oh, I want to get to, 200 subscribers. And then you'll find that then you have a reason. And then
Right.
you have yeah. So
Yeah.
all right, guys, have a
Okay.
great evening. Have a good 4th of July for anyone in the US celebrating the holiday. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
All right. All right. I hit the end. Oh, I can't believe I did that with you again. I think that is